When your old career gives you lemons, throw in some ice, mix in some vodka, and call it a podcast. From the Mac of all trades studio in Fairport and driven by Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
Well, hello and welcome. Thanks for getting your pot on. Thanks for telling a friend. That's how we spread the word. Today, this would be more what I would do on Bill Lightman, but I want to get it out quickly because I think that, and we'll reach more people on Billified than we will on Bill Lightman. That one's still growing, and I will put it over there as well. But this is going to be good because I think a lot of people are feeling, well, I joke because I've said for a long time, and then I'm going to give you a reason. I'm going to give you proof that I'm right. Sounds so arrogant, doesn't it? I think that when we hear the word manifest, it's become a buzzword. And the reason I can tell you why. Look at TV commercials. Okay. If you're watching sports, that's pretty much all I watch on TV. Or unless you have like one of the streaming services with ads. But if you look at TV commercials, they kind of tell you where we are as a society. They really do. And there's the progressive ad where you can bundle your camper or whatever. And they have a guy, and he's standing in this beautiful spot. And he's talking to one of the agents. And then there's a sea of people behind him, and it's this young lady, and she picked up, "Hey, fam, just here, manifesting." And I went, there it is. There it is. But manifestation is a word. It has a meaning. And there's truth behind it. And there are ways that you can have or be or do whatever you want very easily. You just got to get out of your own way. Those words are easy to say. The actual action is a little bit harder to do. But there are people who can help us with all this. And a person who I just think is amazing is Gina Pietropaoli, and I hope I'm saying her name right again. She is a Reiki Master. I actually went, and I got to tell you, if you're looking to have Reiki done, that's where you want to go because it was so wonderful. And what she does that is above and beyond is amazing. And part of the her whole wellness program is mind, body, wellness is spiritual counselor Kolein, who is a gifted intuitive. She sees and hears past life lineage, the angelic, ancestral realms, physical and emotional trauma is stuff that she can really help you with. And she said before we even came on, the energy is good. We all know each other. We've known each other before. And I was kind of like, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Hello and welcome.
Hi. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well.
Yes.
This is kind of cool because I think everybody's in different spots, but the message, I think it's one that needs to be heard. That is for sure. Kolein, why don't you tell me a little bit about being able to see like the past lives or the lineage of stuff? What does that mean to the layman? Like, some people hear that and go, "Oh boy, here we go."
You know what? Even I do that sometimes too. Like, oh boy, here we go. Well, let me start off by saying that, and Gina can jump in too with this, is that as a young child, things were going on for me that were not going on for other people. And so I didn't know what that was. So as life has gone on, I've kind of honed in on really what the gifts are, but also the connection. And it takes time. You have to be present in it. And I think that comes as we grow up, and grow older and become more mature with who we are. Like I use this example a lot in my practice, and that is that, somebody will start out and they'll go to school and they'll do their 8 years for whatever, doctor, lawyer. And then they come to this place in their life and they're like, ooh, that wasn't even me. Like, what was that? Right. Okay. And so we have these wake up calls all along our journey. What I do is, well, first I'll say I'm clairaudient. So I hear, it's always in my right ear. I don't have a name. Some people have a name of a person, a spirit, a guide, whatever. I don't. And I hear things. I also see, but not visually. It's kind of like I see with my third eye information. I really and truly do not even understand it. And I've been doing it for a long time. It's just something that happens. My most current, because remember, we're on a journey, right? And when we become aware of a lot of things. Case in point, you watching the commercial.
Yeah.
You may have watched that 10 years ago and have not have even seen that.
Mm-hmm.
So you're becoming more aware. Everyone hopefully is becoming more aware. Well, my next phase is that I've become telepathic. And like, that's really crazy.
So jealous.
So what?
I said I'm so jealous.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think that
It's
there is
there.
no. I believe that it's all available to everyone. I think that
Yes.
you are of the spirit, so therefore it's in you, God, whatever you want to call it, the source. And I listened for I didn't finish the series, but the telepathy tapes. I don't know if anybody listened to that podcast, and it's about nonverbal children, most of them on the autistic spectrum disorder, but and it's amazing, right? And they can't
My
get
daughter
it.
listens to that.
Yeah, you can't get, just to give you a real thing. So why, if this is true, why aren't we seeing it scientifically proven? And the reason they can't is because the people that are tuned in to the telepathy are someone who's very close to the person who is nonverbal. Most of it. If it's someone who is verbal, it's usually someone like a mom or a caretaker of some kind that's close. And therefore it makes the experiment illegitimate. You need a neutral source for science to accept it, but it doesn't mean it's not real. And think about that. All of us, who do you trust, right? Who do we trust? How do we feel? All that. So that's why I think that's I think that's all very, very real. When you say telepathic, what does that mean, like in terms of communication for you? I don't know.
Okay, so what I want to say is everybody is telepathic. At least in my experience. So you're thinking of your friend Joe, and all of a sudden the phone rings.
Right.
Okay. You're driving down the street and you're like, you know what, I'm going to stop in that store. I need a leather jacket. Walk in, there's the leather jacket. Okay, so it's being tapped into, and this is why the awareness is really important, but it's being tapped into information that is available to all of us. And then trusting, that's why I went like this, because who do you trust? This is what you trust. It's not that you don't trust your friends and family, that you're going to go to a dinner party and they're not going to poison you, that kind of trust. I'm talking about the inner trust that you have. And in my practice, I help people get really fine-tuned into that. So then they live every day, every mouth of food, everything they do it based on their intuition. So when we tap into that, it's kind of like you open up your whole world, right? Yeah. You open up this, you become, you open up this gate, okay, to now this awareness. So what has been happening to me recently is I will know what people are going to say before they say it. I will know that when my sister calls, why she's calling me. I will know, sometimes it's not family. I just had a situation with a former client. He came into my field. When anyone comes into my field and it's very random, haven't seen him in a year, 10 years, I always pray for the person and protection, because I figure if I'm getting the awareness of this person, then I'm responsible in some way to do something in the spiritual realm. So I prayed for him, let him go. That's manifesting is about letting go, believe it or not. It's not about grabbing onto. And sure enough, I got a call.
Wow. Yeah, I find it fascinating. I would say that I believe everything. I'll let you both expand on this a little bit. I believe everything in life is an inside job. I think that most of the stuff that we're doing that we would often feel like it's other people, it's somebody else affecting us, it's somebody else doing this. I have often said on all my podcasts, I don't know that human beings are capable of unconditional love. And by that I say, I would feel better if you just blank. That's a condition, right? Right. I would feel better if you just picked your dirty socks off the floor, you lazy fucking bum. You know what I'm saying? I mean, right? Or stack the dishwasher the right way. It's all those little things, but that's conditional. Yeah. And I'm using a simple example, but I think that that's how we all are. And what we have to do is go like inside us. And it sounds so simple. So simple. And I've often thought like Thich Nhat Hanh was a guy I read a lot about back in the early 2000s. And it resonated, but then the message from every teacher is the same. The end result is the same. The method is different, and you've got to reach people. And we live in a Western world where that stuff sounds like, oh, that's bullshit. We don't do that. We're not there. But I go, boy, everything has to come back to inside you, how you project out. And that kind of life is a mirror.
You do get it. Like you really, you just summed it up beautifully. And honestly, it's so easy that it is hard.
Yeah,
like I always
really
say
hard.
that it's so easy that it's hard. And if, the unconditional love, when you think about that, and you're just talking about the mirror, when we're putting conditions on things, if you really dig deep, it really has to do with us, right? It doesn't have to do with the other person being sloppy. It's triggering something in us. So when you can go deep and start excavating all this crap that is buried, it's freeing. It's something I can't even describe it without having you feel it. Like when you really let go, when you can finally say, I'm just doing me and I don't care what other people say. I don't care what other people think. When you're truly living your life and removing all the stuff that has been built up for over the years, and you keep it down because it's the right thing to do. I don't want to create waves. You have to, when you can move past that, and we don't have to create waves when we're healing, but setting our boundaries, some people are going to get pissed off with it, but it's a necessity.
And I would like to say along with that too, is that our authenticity, I read recently that being authentic, that love is not the highest vibration, that being authentic is the highest vibration.
Yep.
And this is the interesting paradox, is that when we are serving ourselves, like our true self. So like, I'm not going to all of a sudden stop what I'm doing and become, work at the mall, right? Now, there's nothing wrong with working at the mall. I worked at the mall, for many years. I'm not going to stop what I'm doing right now.
They got Cinnabon. It's so good over there. Smells so delicious.
I used to work at Joanne's Nuts.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, there's lots of jokes there, but well, Gina, you didn't warn her. No, it's all right. Yes. Okay. Go on. I interrupted. I apologize.
That's okay. We've been together before, because this is way too comfortable.
It's me.
So, I'm not going to stop being who I am, right? Well, when you really know who you are, so you derailed me. I'm trying to get back to what
that's wrong. That was wrong.
That's okay. So, our authenticity, okay, here I am. So our authenticity some people are saying now is really our highest vibration. So that means being real in the moment. Who are you right now? Being present, right? It requires something from you. When I am authentic, I've been with my guy for over 30 years. And we've been through everything together and then some, right? And there are times like there's like, why am I with this person? And I'm sure he feels the same way. But what I've noticed recently, actually,
I'd be afraid you can read his mind.
Oh, he's a Reiki healer too. So
that doesn't mean anything. You're telepathic. That you just beat him in the World Series of talented poker.
Yeah, and I do want to say it's not like it's just like happening all the time. It's very specific. Okay,
yeah.
So. But the thing about, and the reason that I'm bringing this up with my relationship is that the more I am me, the more I create a space for him to be who he is. And this is what oneness is. The more I am me, the more I create a space for my sons to be who they are. The more I am me, the more I create, Gina and I are best friends. The more I am me, the more I create a space for Gina. And this is what the oneness is. When we are lying, when we are afraid, when we are not being who we really are, and I'm not talking about woo-woo. I'm just talking about, okay, today, yeah, not making dinner. Today, yeah, I'm going for a walk by myself. Today, you literally, the power of it is so profound that now there's this beautiful spot for that other person to go, oh, I'm free to be who I am then too. And so this is the misnomer, is that we have to keep serve. Religions teach us to, nothing against religious people who are listening, but we are taught in religions to serve forever at the expense of our health, our mind, our body, our spirit, everything. We are not here to sacrifice our lives. We are here to live our lives and to be who we are, which really the creator in all spiritual teachings says you must be the I am. You must be. I mean, even in Christian teachings, Jesus said, it's not me that does it, it's the Father within me. What you just said, it's in here. And so that usurps the guy who's standing in front of the sun saying, no, like, I'm the sun, you're not the sun. You have to like do 7 things before you can get to the sun. That's going to ruffle feathers, right? Because people are too afraid to be authentic. They don't know how to. We're not taught.
There you go. That was it right there. You just hit it. People don't know how to. When you talk about being yourself, we have talked about being authentic and being ourselves and being that. And it's so right on. That's true. But then it's, who are you? I mean, you even just started by saying, I have people who went to school for 8 years to be lawyers and doctors and went, that wasn't me.
Yep.
Or that isn't me. And so the question becomes, how do we figure out who we really are? And that's like, honestly, this is where I'm at in my life right now. Wow. I did 32 years on the radio, loved every minute of it, was fantastic, was pretty good at it, made a lot of money. All went away, and it's been a mess, sort of, since. For me, like just trying to figure it out. And then I wound up in this, Gina's daughter is in the same program. Very last minute, an opportunity pops up, like so last minute. It was a Saturday morning. Hey, you want to do this? It starts Tuesday. And I jumped in, and it has been wonderful. A lot of transferable skills from radio with curiosity and things like that, but painful because I'm starting to go, how do you figure that out? Who you are.
Yeah. And then here you are today. with two people that might be able to help you.
That's why I bring it up.
See, I'm the Sag. I'm gonna think it, and Gina's gonna say it. So that's Gina. Gina knows. Gina has the skill to bypass all the things and just get to the truth, which is what she just said. Like literally, there's two people sitting here right now with you that can actually assist with that.
Yeah. I always say nothing is coincidence. There's no coincidences about meeting, and there's no coincidences that somebody dropped out of a program and here this like gift was put right in front of you.
Yeah.
This is your path. So you have to frame or reframe. And I know that you're really happy about it and you're grateful, but you still have to reframe and know that there was a purpose in all of this. This isn't for nothing. Like it didn't just show up on a Saturday just because. There is a way bigger picture here. And you're just not going to see it immediately. And
Right.
this is going to give you the opportunity to start working through some of these things. And I can guarantee you by the end of the 2 years of the program and the work that you do on yourself, you're going to know exactly who you are and what you're here for.
And Bill, I want to say too, so I am an intuitive. It's not only for you. You are there for someone. You are there for other people. So stirring all this stuff up can be really like mucky. It can be confusing, right? Because you've been doing a role, right?
Mhm.
But think about, what did you love about the role? What do you love about yourself? What do you love to do? And I am talking about the simplistic things, not the big picture things. The things that define you, like you love sports, you love this, whatever it is. Go there, find yourself there in those times. And what I do in my practice is when people really don't know and they're not even on their path, they feel like they've fallen off a cliff because a transition happened or something has caused this, right? I always say, what did you do when you were a little kid? What'd you do what'd you do when you were 7 or 8 years old? What did you do? What did you love to freaking do before the world jumped on your back, put a noose around your neck and said, this is Bill. This is Bill. You got to do this, Bill. And you're going to find yourself there. And then you integrate that.
And you know what I like, literally it just came in. Like things just come in. It's like thoughts, but messages, because of your radio. Do you still, I guess my question is, do you still love radio? Like, do you still love being on air?
I love this.
Yes.
Because and so people say to me, do you miss it? And I go, no, because when I left, I was doing, business changes. A business's purpose is to make money.
So you like more of like the podcast format,
I love this because
then this
it's
makes sense
freedom.
because my feeling is what you're learning in that program and the type of work you're doing, because it is more on the spiritual, holistic side. I heard the word mouthpiece. You're the mouthpiece. You are going to bring more awareness to this.
Yep.
You're the
Because we need it. It's
person.
needed. This is what's missing in so many people's sessions. And it's not saying anything about, like, people do really well with those sessions, but even as an add-on to traditional therapy, if you don't get in the spirit and cleanse that out, you're going to be stuck for a while. And I see those people in my office all the time.
Yep.
They're like, there's more. I need to go deeper.
So-
They don't know how to go deeper.
And I want to say too, is that I heard you kind of go, okay, when she said what she saw, the mouthpiece, right? It always feels scary. It always feels like, oh no, why me? I couldn't, I can't, I don't know. I'm not that, there's doubt, right? But that's it. See, when we get that little like, ooh, really?
Well, and I sort of did that too because I'm not sure if you're familiar with Dr. Deep Singh. Ayurvedic medicine, big in naughty water.
The naughty water.
The naughty water, and he's the one who kind of brought that whole thing to Fisher through Dr. Rice. Dr. Deep sat in here and said, "You're the mouthpiece."
Oh, get out.
Yep. He said, you're the mouthpiece. I think that many people have manifested and don't even realize what they did. You want a job. You're searching. There's this dream job. You want it. You want it so badly. Oh, you want it so badly. If I could just get it. And it doesn't happen. And then you just sort of give up.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3 months later, you get the call for the dream job. And it's because you put it out there. And that's the thing is you got to there was always this saying in religion, let go and let God. We can't let go.
Yes.
We don't let go. We hold on so tight.
Yes.
That we
and let
crush
me
it.
say this about the holding on. So manifesting is really letting go.
Mm-hmm.
But the holding on becomes possession. And when we're possessed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we may get that job. And then we're like, shit, I don't want that fucking job.
I know, right? Exactly.
Right? That's not really what I meant.
No.
Oh, wait.
Yes.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
But that's because you're not you, but that people are possessing it. I must have it. This is, I must have. So there are people that will manifest because the universe will say, he really wants the job. Let's give him the job. Lessons.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Lessons.
Got to learn a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Sam. Sam, you're going to be in the job. You wanted the job? You got the job.
Right.
Sam, you got to find yourself. Sam,
And that's the other
thing.
What you were describing, like you want the job, you want it so bad. Again, when you're putting your attention, when you are focused on it, when you're thinking of it, when you can feel it, and when you can imagine it so that you can actually feel it and you can taste it. This is the magic of manifesting. This is the energy that you're supposed to be creating. So some people think, and this is the one big error, you ever hear manifesting never worked for me. They think that they can sit down with a piece of paper and a pen and just write, okay? They think that they can just sit and, I said my mantras, I said what I wanted. If it's coming from here, that's not speaking it. The words have to come from here. You've got to feel the words. And that's the hard part because people don't know how to do that. I learned how to do that. And there's a difference in saying it versus having the words come from here. It's a feeling of warmth. It's a feeling of love. It's a feeling that makes you feel happy. That's the only way I can describe it.
Yeah.
And just saying it is not going to get you what you need.
Right. Well, and like you were talking about your thoughts before, Gina, right?
Yeah.
Think about how many times the words come out, but the thoughts are not aligned. So the thought is doubt. I'm not going to really get it. Well, I'll write this down. Right. And so that has to be integrated. That
Absolutely.
Has to be, so clearing the mind. Here's that clarity, clearing the mind, clearing your eyes, clearing your voice, like really being open to that, but everybody's blocked. And that's what happens.
Yes. That kind of brings into day 2 of aligning your energy. So this is where you have to identify what your own limiting beliefs are. Like if you assume failure for yourself, feeling unworthy, negative self-talk, thinking that wanting more is selfish. Some people feel guilty for wanting good things for themselves, which again comes back to the heart, right? Because you don't love yourself enough to think that you deserve it.
Because you were conditioned your whole life of that's not us. We don't have those types of things. Who do you think you are? What is wrong with you? How could you possibly think that way? Do you need your head examined? That might have been
Yeah.
the stuff that was said
And
to
then
me.
you
I
have
just,
the people that are in scarcity mindset all the time.
right.
They might have $30,000 saved in the bank, and they'll be like, "Oh, I can't buy this today because, we need to save, and, I don't want to reward myself, afraid to spend money." It's like you can't do that. These are just things that continue to block, and it's a thing that has to be cleared, because again, this is just something that has been conditioned in you, and it has to be released.
Yeah.
You have to feel worthy and know that you are worthy and able to do this.
Yeah. So if I could speak for a moment, because now this is going to be aired at another time. So whoever's listening and watching right now, not here now in our present time, but in the next time, there is someone that's listening right now that is so blocked and they're afraid. And so, sorry, I get emotional, but you are blocked and you know where your block is and it scares you. And so just go to your heart. Just find that heart space, because that is where your clarity is. It does not mean you need to even do anything. Just feel your heart. Once you feel your heart, once you tap into that and you understand that maybe your heart is broken, maybe someone did something years ago and really broke your heart, and you have not recovered from that. That needs to be healed. There's another portion in the course where I bring in astrology. I'm not an astrologer, but I'm an intuitive and I use astrology as a tool. There is a mythological planet, Chiron, and Chiron is the wounded healer. And wherever Chiron is in our charts is where we heal. It's she helps us heal. And so we would look at that, and that would be another component to opening the heart, because the heart needs to be healed sometimes, not only opened. There's a lot of people walking around. You see them in the grocery store. They're broken. I mean, you feel it, right? You don't have to be psychic to feel that. They wear it. Their body starts to look like it. Their face starts to look like it. And so that's another component. We're going to bring in healing in the manifesting as well.
Yes. Yeah.
How do we get the 6-day course?
Gina,
honestly,
girl.
because I just think like the whole thing is amazing, because it's just really teaching you how to get out of your own way. And when we hear things like open the heart and all that, just let it go. Just let it go. Just let it go.
Yeah.
And it's so much easier said than done. And when there is significant trauma, it is hard sometimes to come back from that. I thought just talking about things and being open about it and sharing it with people was healing. It's not. It's not.
No.
Healing is a very personal thing that you have to do. And it's hard.
Absolutely.
That's the thing. I think what people have to understand is our energy. We are energetic beings. We are energy,
Yes.
and everything is energy. Our words are energy. Our thoughts are energy, and that's why this works. But this is something that we are not taught. It's nothing that is talked about, but it is very scientific. And if you deep dive into Joe Dispenza's all of his research, all of his studies in real time, where they're actually measuring things during meditations, it's a real thing. And when you change your energy, you change everything.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Colleen have lived it. We've done it. When you do the work and you shed these things, it is freeing. It's like weights off of your shoulder. You're not apologetic anymore. And like we talked about in the beginning, this is being your authentic self and living your authentic life. And, having boundaries. Boundaries are imperative. They're necessary. Staying away from things or people or places that trigger you. So when you start understanding yourself and you start bringing things to the surface and you start peeling those layers back, I wish I could describe what it is like. Doing healing for yourself will bring you to a much higher place spiritually, emotionally, and even people with physical pain. I do get people that come to me with physical pain, and I always tell them, please clear everything, make sure there's nothing else going on. And when there's no answers to it, and we do the work, it's usually aligned with one of the chakras that is imbalanced, and within that space is some deep pain.
Mm-hmm.
It happens all the time.
Yep. We carry a lot. We
do.
So
we do.
We don't have to. We can put it down, and this will help us. How do people sign up for the 6-day manifestation?
So the way the easiest way to get there is to go to my website, and there's a tab up there that says the power to manifest. If they click the tab, it goes right to a page where you can register for it, and it takes you through the prompts. You just put your information in, and then they should be getting an email with a link to our Facebook page. It's we're doing this through Facebook because I think it's an easy place to connect. Colleen and I are going to be going live on there for each day at certain times, and we will have all of that laid out on the private page. But it'll take them to the private page, and they just have to request, and then we'll let them in. And we've already got stuff posted on there. There's a tab at the top for the files. I've got the journal in there. I've got the worksheets that I created. It's all the information. It's kind of like their guide. This is their guide, and they can deep dive into it, all 6 days if they want. They don't have to just do one day at a time. It's just one packet, and we're going to be talking about each day. Like on day 1, day 2, day 3. So we're making it easy. Colleen has her files up there for the astrology. They're going to be doing their birth charts. Oh, my light decided that it's going to.
It's a disco light.
I've got a disco light here. Okay, let's plug this back in.
So they can also go to Facebook. We have the Power to Manifest has a public Facebook page. And they can look there. And
you know what? Thanks for reminding me. I can put the link in there too, so that they can actually sign up. We decided to do a public page just for people to go to understand what the private page is going to be all about, what the program is going to be all about.
What's the website too, though, for you?
Yes, it's www.mbsreikiwellness.com, and I can text that to you.
ReikiWellness.com. Yeah.
Yes.
I do have that. mbsreikiwellness.com. And then also the Facebook page, which was called
Power to Manifest.
Power to Manifest. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's very easy. You just click the link and you get in. And I think this will be great. When are you starting? Because you're saying you're going to go live. When do the 6 days begin for you? And then the great thing is, if you miss a day, you can go back to the Facebook page.
Yes.
That's the wonderful thing.
Everything will be recorded that we do live, so they won't be missing anything.
Yeah. So the first date is November 16th. We're starting on a Sunday, and then we're going through Friday. For those 6 days, the people who will have access to the packets, the information, the journal, the videos, and so forth, will be through the private page. There will be general information on the Power to Manifest page that's just public, but the course itself will, they'll only have access through the private page once they sign up.
Okay.
I just want to make note of something, and I'm going to put it up here so they can see. The public page is actually called Manifest Your Best Life with Gina and Colleen.
Oh,
and it looks like this.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the public.
And then so I'll put the link in there, and then the other one is going to the private page is going to look like this right here.
Okay. So
but they need access to that.
You got to be granted in and once you purchase the program. I think this is great. I think it's very exciting, and I think it will help a lot of people. who are trying and don't know maybe how or why is it not coming or whatever it is. And I think,
and we're going to make it fun and interactive. I mean, we're going to have some oracle cards, and we're going to be talking about the charts. So it's going to be, it's not like going to be stiff. It's going to be really fun, kind of like this, right? In fact, before we started, I drew a card. It's just a collective message for everyone, and I thought it was interesting. Practice gratitude. This is where it all starts. This starts with the heart chakra. Okay, it starts with our heart and being filled with love and joy and gratitude.
Yep,
So
I pulled one
if you're
too.
lacking,
I pulled one too, and it's so beautiful. It's the gentle gardener. And if you see her up there, so she's like our guide, right? Looking over. And I love gentleness. I love the softness of life. And so that's like a remembrance of who we really are. We're all really these tender beings, you know. We just want somebody to love us and care for us and care for the people that we love. I mean, at the end of the day, we want it to be simple and gentle.
Yeah, we do. It's a great note to go out on. This is a really, really, really great conversation, but I think a wonderful program that will help a lot of people. And the Power to Manifest in 6 days is available. You can go to the public Facebook page. You can go to mbsreikiwellness.com. Find the link there as well. I think this is going to change a lot of people's lives. And perfect. You know what? You do this, and you know going into the new year exactly how to kind of handle things, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we're planning on doing this we want to do this just about every month. We're going to be talking about that to make it a monthly thing.
Okay. So then,
we're going to be, we're growing this. We're growing this nationwide. So
this is great.
Thanks, Phil.
Change your lives with this. Yes. Thank you, Colleen. Nice to meet
you.
you
So much
again.
for having us.
And Gina, thank you for everything. And we'll all do this again soon.
Absolutely.
Great.
All right.
Thanks, Phil.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, since I left California, baby, things have gotten worse. Seems a land of opportunity for me is just a curse. Tell that judge he make us feel.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.